Manipur Human Rights Commission Chairperson Utpalendu Bikas Saha says if Meitei and Kuki people don't meet and talk to each other, peace will never prevail in Manipur. Veteran politician Okram Joy slammed state government for not being able to recover bodies of two missing students even after knowing that they were brutally killed in one of the locations of Manipur. 10 like-minded political parties of Manipur say time has come for state legislators to strive alongside public to bring peace in Manipur instead of waiting on central leaders in the national capital. Congress MLA Thokchom Lokeshwar questions government over excessive of force by security personnel upon young student agitators seeking justice for their fellow deceased students. RPI Athawale National Secretary T.H. Maheswar urges Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla to punish all culprits involved in brutal killing of two students. Om Birla assures he would urge relevant authorities. As hesitations of a brutal killing of two students intensifies, irate mob burns down gypsy vehicle of Imphal East District Police and snatches away gun from driver. All Manipur Bar Association urges agitators not to damage courts, offices of Deputy Commissioner and other government offices where vital records are kept. Youth of Manipur says MLAs camping in New Delhi informed them that a final meeting of all the legislators including Chief Minister will be held on September 30. And JSC demands to hand over brutal murder case of Sekmaijin Khunau residents Irengbam Chingkhai Nganba and Sagosem Ngaleiba to CBI or NIA within this month. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Prime Time English Bulletin. I'm BABINA bringing the top stories and latest news at this hour. Manipur Human Rights Commission MHRC Chairperson Utpalendu Bikas Saha says if Meitei and Kuki people don't meet and talk to each other, peace will never prevail in Manipur. He made the statement while inspecting relief camps in Bishnupur district today. During the visit, Utpalendu Bikas Saha interacted with inmates of relief camp open at Utlo Sai complex by Peace Committee Nambol constituency under the initiative of Education Minister T.H. Basantakumar. Later, he also visited other relief camps in the district to see that if human rights of inmates are violated. The MHRC chairperson was accompanied by Bishnupur DC L. Bikram and SP Bishnupur K. Meghachandra during the visits.
Students should basically go for the studies and they should think about the develop the nation also.
And they continue in studying and don't think other unnecessary like going here and there, and I don't know how to.
ठीक है, सब मिलकर हमको रहना चाहिए. देखिए, what actually we have to do now? Basic need of the hour is the peace, and for peace, both community has to come forward. If the Meitei community will go and Kuki community will not come, then there will not be peace. And if the Kuki community will come, Meitei community will not go, then also there will be no peace. So and if there is no peace, sir, then you cannot go to your homeland. So your right to movement is affected. If basic peace is not there, then your children cannot go to the school. The message should be that there should be somebody should come forward to bring both the community, sit together, discuss together, so that what happen. But in future, there may not be happen anything. All the community should live together.
Veteran politician Okram Joy criticized the state government for not able to do anything to retrieve the bodies of two students even after knowing that they were brutally killed in one of the locations of Manipur. Speaking to media today at Kwakaithil, residents of former Nauria Pakanglakpa MLA R.K. Anand, Ozoy questioned over the inactions of government even after missing report of the two students were filed at police, and despite of having CCTV footage showing that the two students were heading towards Churachandpur right before they were reported missing. He maintained that mobile phones of the two students were last tracked somewhere in Churachandpur area. The veteran politician recounted that respective family members of the two students along with CSOs had urged Manipur Security Advisor, DGP, Chief Minister and Governor to find the two missing students, but no positive outcome had resulted. He also slammed the state and central forces for manhandling students who were holding democratic protest over the incident.
सरकार की साजत से मसीना भारत सरकार की लुचिंगी मखों को लगा अखोई इसा इशू रेप तबा अखोई इसा सिंह मोरक थार हाटपा मिरोल हाटपदो मधुरा अखोई मितई होइबगी साजत से अदुरा अखोई इपानात इपुनात से अदुना असिदि मणिपुर की प्रजा पुनमंगना करम मखन की शासनमा अखोई मणिपुर लैरी हाइबसी अखोई खंद मतम ओय सरकार सिना प्रजा तौरिब थबतो मुन्न खनबिरो Manipur Gaidana Warep Lobang Amdraba, Manipur Yakana Assembly the Kanabang Amdrakana, Manipur Assembly Kanabukarino. Akoi hat ke hariba, cookie mayam do go lagas and won't come in and release Carigino. Gomena cookie Yokan Tamisi Carigino.
Churachandpur akoi commando chat yadre. Churachandpur ayarbi chat yadre. Ishani Tibeta Sipai, Siki Sipai say, Manipur Yakoi police and security force. Changan Bayadre, Adu, wherever the Sarkar, Sina, upon Manipur law and order se maintain to Bungandre, totally failure.
Speaking to media, ex-MLA R.K. Anand said there is no need of having a government in Manipur if the state has to be safe and peace has to be restored. He made it clear that the ruling government in Manipur, including the chief minister, should be held accountable for what the state is going through at present. He stressed that people all over the globe must stand together against the brutal killing of two students. Anand also alleged the state government for mishandling the missing case of two students, thereby resulting to failure in saving their lives.
Ngasi birinda in arrest owning say if he is the CEO of Manipur, lady landing right that he should resign immediately. Ngasi Tabak Tormayam to resign to Gruchungan Kali. Marat of Gudam say Kudak police force how Mama Samanabu as a home minister, helicopter passing Gabaturga, America Berto. That is what we expect from him. Madas Chief Minister Moida died a labor be Moitadi Mata would have never. State government from Budamagi Mato action dietarica Magi Tabak Man Sanche. Matandu Torum Dragos, the CBI, the Senator, like Tokusuya, Nimogi, Towudam Matome to Camp to Rogese. This should account, this government should account to the people of Manipur.
Security Gari Tara Matranga Pur, Chaliva Makagi, Imru, Bidan Chief Minister, how you man the Chucham, Chapanga, me very seen it. Sinjang Paraga, Haidapung, who said Mina Hariba, the Tikenda Zirway, Tangalway, Pasito Haleb Jagachi, Wasaga, Jun 18 the Tagiba Pito, Mutalaroi, Matuki give a Makagi, integrity kindly Habado, Matukailo in Habagi, Matuki the Makta, I sacrificed my whole official life, Matuki Nungayum to look at Openina, Hida was a cute bidding of the cutaway segregation. Angangs in a couple of light, Mamma Bima happy again. The game Mamma Bama happy again. Yamin say out on happy Bugata, Kaushilaga Manacola, and Macho, Kapang and Pataragadi, Yamchin on the Donevo, do I move to Kapang and the Mamale?
10 like-minded political parties of Manipur, excluding the BJP, say time has come for state legislators to strive alongside public to bring peace in Manipur instead of waiting on central leaders in the national capital. Members of the like-minded political parties briefed the media at Manipur Press Club today. Speaking to media, JDU Manipur State Unit Chief Spokesperson Dr. Nimaichan Luang said the 10 opposition political parties, namely AAP, AIFB, AITC, CPI, CPIM, INC, JDU, NCP, RSP and Shiva Sena Uddhav Thackeray condemned the brutal murder of two young students, Hizam Linthoi Ngambi and Fizam Hemanjit. He reminded that the country's Prime Minister, Chief Minister, MLAs, Ministers, CSOs and Meira Paibi women of Manipur had condemned the naked parading of two Kuki women, of which a video went viral, and the government took immediate measure to provide compensation to the victims. However, the government has done nothing for the two deceased young students except for handing over the case to the CBI RBI. Dr. Nimaichan Luang maintained that state legislators might not get appointment to meet with the Prime Minister anymore. He said the prevailing crisis can't be resolved by few ministers, rather people have to be involved. He urged all the MLAs and ministers who are camping in New Delhi to return and strive together for bringing peace in Manipur, keeping aside political differences, and even urged them to have guts to resign from the political party.
We must come above the political parties. Tangai padana hujik se political party mayam pujan batare ba. Koi ready le rahe hujik. Tangai pharaktara gadi koi Bharata pressure pi bataye. Bharata ki politics ka koi ka mari lena diye se koi hype tahe hujik. Bharata ki politics di Manipur praja wa ka si wajo. Moi ki politics so idhar lo rahe ba. Aduri koi yade. Manipur le idhar kanda koi na karai de MLA wo idhar no ba. Party karai le idhar no ba. Tangai pharaktara koi party to pataye. BJP ki si ready le biyo. BJP की MLA हुए रबने ना BJP की मंत्री हुए रबने ना BJP की प्रेसिडेंट हुए रबने ना युम द तुम भी यार तरकांडा के दो भी BJP याव तो नोचे आई ना JDU यार से युम ब तुम भी यार तरकांडा आई JDU का वो भी करी तरकांड लेके और ना कोई पुनमक तंगाई प्रकृति कोई कोई याव पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पुनमक तो थोगा कोई मणिपुर कोई ना पुनबा कोई मणिपुर करना बा मकोरा बाप से याम तंगाई पात्रेन खल्ले.
Congress Working President I. Hemant Chandra condemns the counter-charge rally organized by ITLF. He also condemned the use of excessive force by security personnel upon students who were agitating in demand for justice of the deceased students. He asked whether the security personnel were ordered by the Chief Minister to exert forces beyond norms of mob control. He further questioned why male security personnel handled female student protesters instead of female security personnel.
MLA मैम आदा फमगा आदा तुबिन दिल्ली दा कहीं सु ताबी लोई दो कहीं सु मोगी वाता लोई दो आदा फम लेदी सो पदे कोई कलेक्टिवली कोई डिसाइड तोगा कोई ngasa हाइजगिबा तासु तारोई दो मकोई की वा दो मदुद मतम महन कानदे सोमदना कुकी मैम ना बोम नम कासलकपा अदि सोमदा कोई की लेजेलिबा मैते इचा सिंह नौरीब स्कूल तमीब आगांसिंग अदिगी मैरा पाइबी माइबेल मयाम सिदा लेरिबा मैदई फुरुप की लेजरिबा वैली दा लेजरिबा अकोई सिंगसिना स्टेट की पुलिस मयाम सिना स्टेट की पुलिस रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स अदिगी असम राइफल्स मयाम सिना कापगा कुकी ना मु कापा सरकार ना मु कापा अदुसु करम सरकार बीजेपी की डबल इंजन की सरकार सिना कापी ने कोई मयाम दा अदुदी अकोई कमाइनी हिंगदोरी मणिपुर दा अकोई कंसेंसस होइबा यामना solution we have no future.
A lot more condemnation coming in. Congress MLA Thokchom Lokeshwar accuses Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister N. Biren of being biased in their reactions over the killing of 2 students. The former Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly also questioned the Chief Minister for letting security forces use excessive force upon young students who were agitating in demand for justice for their fellow deceased students. Addressing the media in Imphal today, Kundrakpam MLA Lokeshwar maintained that the Prime Minister announced to take stern actions against culprits over the viral video of 2 Kuki women, and even the Chief Minister along with state MLAs and ministers hesitated. He questioned why the government remained silent even after knowing that the 2 students were abducted, tortured and killed by armed miscreants. MLA Lokeshwar also asked why the Kuki community, particularly Minister Nemcha Kipgen, for not saying a word on the incident.
Viral video ki ngana haibata jachiba I mean to the Honorable Prime Minister Parliament House yon the some second karda act pretty the tak hindi do ngasidi satrin sum satra kuki militant singa terrorist makuta chalaba act saram chatale magi haraga hatu pibis time chidadi karigidam ta mahagna tumine ne maru karino aduga Honorable Chief Minister so matam ngangiba all ruling the lady MLA maximum as Mamma Bahra video idamtati Dana from the Yaw Hotomatamda Nashina Ishani do with the Womatamdana Kazadi Sakarano. Carrying the Honorable Prime Minister bias labor and Karino. Assume bias labor, Langache, Manipur Kaya in the Tanguri of Japanamana. No Tanamati Talo, Ishani no Kari, Marali Vigan to Wido. As soon as the kind of this one machine again to Ramakota, Daniel Chelato, all blood happen and be easy for Manipur Masha or a Mudra Kochibo.
MLA Lokeshwar expressed strong condemnation over the atrocities of security forces upon student agitators. He asked who gave them permission to fire tear gas cells and use pellet guns upon the young students. He also asked the Chief Minister what he was on his mind when excessive forces were used against students, when he can't even give order to security forces to take action against Kuki militants.
Say suitable, as per Logi Matuna, Moje, Swine awareness of we got Miss White of the higher than instruction dogna, I'm the software and Tuna control too. Have you could get what's happening when we could handle such a drama. Other than that, had the close door the captain which were announced in the Tina Swipa, I didn't mark Mamma, Matan Jaran, and Palo Coliva, my am the boo. She orders a Kalana Saraiva, cookie making a bomb to the do more order to lie on the Satan, Salai Tapoti, Manipur Kari, my day at you, with Tambari is carrying them to be given on a much in Sarai and the music.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla condemns the brutal killing of 2 students and assures of urging relevant authorities to book the culprits. RPI Athawale National Secretary Maheshwar Thaunauzam called on the Lok Sabha Speaker at his residence in Kota, Rajasthan today and brief him on prevailing unrest in Manipur following the circulation of photos of bodies suspected to be of the 2 students who went missing on July 6. He also briefed him on excessive use of forces by security personnel upon students agitating and demand justice for the 2 deceased students. Speaking to media after meeting with the Lok Sabha Speaker, the RPI leader said state legislators should be proactive and not merely wait for appointment to meet with central leaders in the national capital. He maintained that mere submission of memorandum is also not enough, but they should spend some time briefing the central leaders on the prevailing situations. Maheshwar urged the state leaders to give top priority in striving for welfare of the state by keeping aside the interest of their respective parties.
Appointment Pangera Pangoira Masagi Mayum the Sekera anyhow Unadaba Yadikarin Hamdisi the say no Magimi Shiba and Jalati Banisida, a appointment Pangi Pangeta Matamnate, Hositi Karino Masagi Mayum the Oigera, Kabat the Legi Oigera, a quick Zaga do the Sekera when anyhow Toraga Manipur Kandaya Diana, Unagadabani, Aduna Senadu Nazaredo Mabu, Akwegi, Hibam Topa Pazana Hirami, a Pamati Memorandum Pishalaga, Memorandum of Pishalaga, Masa Unadabida. Pamjadi aduna masama unaraga direct to direct unaraga akoy nang akoy wahay kra minimanga dor sutarado so koy na haizaba pamjaba duni to haizara me.
Well, shifting our focus as the agitation over the brutal killing of 2 students intensifies, an irate mob burned down a gypsy vehicle of Imphal East Police last evening at Moirangkom in Imphal. The vehicle, bearing registration number MN01W9989, was allotted to SDPO Test Bureau of Porompat Police Stations. The angry mob also snatched away a 9mm pistol belonging allowed to the driver. Earlier, several agitators stormed towards the residence of BJP Manipur Pradesh A. Sarda around 8 p.m. yesterday, but police intercepted them, which led to an intense scuffle. Police managed to evacuate A. Sarda to a safe locations and the irate mob torched down the police vehicle. Locals of Moirangkom also came out to block road last evening in solidarity to protest over the killing of 2 young students. Police used tear gas and morgue bombs to disperse the crowd. In Imphal West District, people took out agitations at Moirangkom, Yai School, Singjamai, Katwa Road, Uripok area, Sagolban and Thangmaiban, and in Imphal East District, agitations broke out at New Chekon, Hatta and Palace Compound and Kurai areas. Protesters also stormed the Imphal West DC office late in the night and also burned down 2 vehicles parked in the office premises. All Manipur Bar Association AMBA urges agitators not to damage courts, Office of Deputy Commissioner and other important offices of government where vital records related to the state are kept. Speaking to media today at Cherab Court Complex in Uripok, Imphal, AMBA President P. Tomcha said if something happened to these important offices, it will result to huge loss in many ways. He mentioned that during the agitation yesterday, petrol bombs were hurled and tear gas were fired inside the Cherab Court Complex and a canteen inside the court complex was caught on fire. Tomcha said the fire was doused on time.
जातिसिबु कन्ननबा स्टेटसिबु कन्ननबा होनजरकपा तौरिबा इनजस्टिस मयामसे मसीदा जस्टिस फंगनबु होनजरकपा मतमदा चेंगपो अमुबु चेंगग्रिंगमना मांगले हाइदना इहोगसिदा यावबुदि मानजलगा इहोगी पार्ट अमु ओइदबुगी पोचे मसीदि तौबिगनु मदुना तोंगानबा अखोगी माइके एमुदा पुरुकपा याय प्रजा मयामगिदमता अखोगी याम कन्न होनरिबा दुगा होजे होजे तसेंगना ngarang nahan तौनरिबा थौदोकसिदसु होजे असेंगबा बिचार हाइदे अचुमबा वायल पुथोकदरिबसे अखोगी ख्वाइगी मरुओइना कोर्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स ओरिबसे चैराबसिनेबा चैराबसि मांगन बाहायबसे मसे अखोगी हाइमा बिचार तौबा यारोइदरबनि
21 state MLAs who are currently in Delhi had met up with 25 members of Youth of Manipur. The MLAs had informed YOM members that a final meeting for all the legislators in Valley, including the Chief Minister, will be convened on September 30. According to one of the members of Youth of Manipur, as a part of the democratic agitations being carried out by YOM in Delhi to resolve Manipur crisis, volunteers had meeting with the 21 MLAs. The volunteer added that during the meeting, the MLAs informed that a final meeting for Valley legislators on the prevailing issue will be held at 4 p.m. of September 30 and 5 Congress MLAs are also attending the meet. Youth of Manipur has made it clear that it will take decision to stay peaceful or violent agitations based on the decisions taken up by Manipur legislators in the meeting.
MLA Singla ko khudong chaba adu hujing nang dabadagi ngasi akoina MLA sing ayaba yauraga amadi laibiriba akoi legislature punamaki ayaba yauraga handak laiba date 30 September da pung 3 da akoi sujoi soidana Manipur Chief Minister amadi lehoriba Congress ki MLA sing amadi hojik watliba ruling party ki MLA sing punna faminaraga Manipur ki solution purokna ba khanaba haina wafam asida punna yaminare ngasi yaminare haina mayang yafam da Hajari aduga akoigi lapidriba akoigi Congress ki MLA sing amadi ruling party ki MLA sing amadi Honorable Chief Minister athu matam da date 30 gi September date 30 gi meeting asida soidana mak saruk yabina bagi damakta anna na Youth Manipur ki market gi appeal tawjari amasung handak laliba date 30 sina Youth Manipur gi last and final meeting oigani aduga Manipur ki legislature sing na lepapa akoigi decision dana Youth Manipur gi violent or non violent oibagi decision adu lawjaga
JSC formed in connections with brutal murder of Sekmaizin Kunau residents Irengbam Chingkhai Nganba and Sagosem Ngaleiba by armed cookies has demanded the government to hand over the case to CBI or NIA within this month. The JSC warns of intense stir if the demand is not fulfilled. The JSC held agitations at Kakching district Sekmaizin Kunau demanding justice for Chingkhai Nganba and Ngaleiba and condemning the killing of 2 students. Speaking on the protest, JSC co-convener Rosni Yumnam said that Irengbam Chingkhai Nganba and Sagosem Ngaleiba were brutally killed by armed cookies as shown in a viral video which lasted for more than 6 minutes. She also decried that security forces are being ruthless towards students who were agitating over the murder of 2 students.
Cookie militants in Makoba Yamna, Bortelli, Tamtino Opina, Vidaba Matunda Makosa, Hale Bazia, Koi, Bibili Mini Ure, let Miyamna, Kange, honorable Shams Kambidam Lakani, Hariba Angang and Anisiki, Mihat Passing a say, Cookie militants in Matakta, Barat Langaki, Luo to Sijana Birakanda, Luo Labalaika Muhen Birakanda, Hariba, Mihat Passing a dog. CBI or not a NIA da Makibo, Kias Hangapiduna, Dandi Pibase, JSC Maikadagi, Abamania.
Morning, Magadiki, I want him at the Hagalaga, Laliba Bunker Sindo, Tuaru Sodana, Gadigi Makukulai by the bar, Satrana Haron Piang Sindu, Mona Kaditam Tina Makuta, Mayum the Imum the boxing talker, saying a gun, Kandana, Samosi Gaye.
Youths in the state today submitted a memorandum to Chief Minister Nongthombam Birane urging restoration of peace and normalcy. Earlier in the day, a meeting was convened wherein Meira Paibis in Haingang Assembly constituency and a large number of youths attended and took 4 resolutions. Later, they gathered at Khawam Lamkai and proceeded to the residence of Chief Minister to submit the memorandum on 4 demands. Meanwhile, on knowing that people are coming towards the CM's house in Haingang, combined team comprising Imphal East Additional SP Herojit, Imphal East Special Commando OC Henry along with Rapid Action Force and Central Force remain on alert and took security measures starting from around 500 meters away from the house of N. Biren. 30 youths from among the crowd were sent in to the residence of CM to give him the memorandum, which demanded the Chief Minister to visit Delhi and sorting out the prevailing issue by September 30, seizing of weapons and dismantling of unauthorized camps in Churachandpur, More and Kangpokpi, and destruction of poppy cultivation using helicopters. Six students' bodies in the state took out a mass rally today condemning the merciless killing of 2 students. The peaceful rally started from Kwakitel. Participants walked till Ras Bhawan and headed back. State police team led by Imphal West SP Dr. S. Ibomcha beef up security measures to prevent any untoward incidents during the rally. Taking part in the rally, coordinator of 6 student organizations, L. Lamyanbar, said students' community of Manipur condemns the abductions and murder of the 2 young students by Kuki narco-terrorist and seeks justice. He demanded Kuki militants under sue to stop killing students and civilians. Lamyanbar demanded prompt delivery of justice to the 2 students by arresting all the perpetrators and awarding them stern punishment.
Narco terrorist Kuki Singna, Manipur Satalak Liba, Seves Ek Mayam Sing, Sahing Naing Sabagi, Ek Mayam Sing, Masi, Mutan Lanabagi Damata, Manipur Lemai, High Kuki terrorist Sing, Marufuna Mangal Nanaba, Komtang Pakalo, Loina Loina, Manipur NRC, Sana Halakanda, Adugumba Mitop Sing, Masi Kanduaga, Makoi Sing Adubu, Detectau, Aduga, Deport on Gadamane, Loina, Asugumba Kuki terrorist Singna, Halaiba Mitam Miam, Amadi Mahiro Sing, Walali Basing say, Masi. Yade haiba makangan nanabagi damakta makoigi matakta akan be action lawra kanda achumba wayal ado madu phangan gadabane achumba wayal phangan je phawbudi aikoi makata na lepa leitana akan makhongjan sing sansalakane.
Students of various colleges under DM University took out protest demonstration demanding justice for the 2 students and condemning atrocities of security forces towards students. The protest was held in front of DM University gate near North AOC Imphal. United Protection Committee Nambol Women Wing Secretary L. Premila demands punishment of culprits involved in the brutal killing of 2 students and also condemns over central and state forces for using excessive force on students who were agitating for justice. Speaking to media at the committee office in Nambol today, Premila held the government accountable for the police force on student agitators. She also lambasted over Kuki people for complaining on handing over the 2 students' murder case to CBI. Women folk of Soibam Laikai area stays a sit-in today at Soibam Laikai Wangkai Kunau Community Hall demanding justice for Hizam Linthoi Ngambi and Fizam Hemanjit. They condemned the brutal killing of the 2 students and demanded arrest and punishment of the culprits at the earliest. Haingang Meira Paibi Lup also carried out protest demonstrations at Haingang Mayai Laikai Tayin community hall, condemning the brutal killing of 2 students. They slammed Kuki women for objecting to inquiry into the case, unlike Meitei women who had condemned the naked parading of 2 Kuki women. Iran Pham Thongkhong Apunba Maira Paibi members and volunteers also staged a protest meet today at Kongba Iran Pham Thongkhong in Imphal East District, seeking justice for the 2 deceased students. A 97-year-old man got injured after he was scratched by a stray bullet last night. The incident occurred at Kaisampat Kaisam Laikai. The elderly man being hit by bullet is Samurai Latpam Brajamani. Reportedly, the bullet scratched his back as he was washing his hands after dinner at his residence. It is believed that Brajamani was scratched by bullet which was fired during the widespread stir that broke out last night. It is also learned that the stray bullet burst through the tin roofing sheet of his house and scratched his back. 1 bullet was also recovered from the incident site. The injured was rushed to RIMS and had been discharged after getting first aid. Family of the injured had filed a complaint at Imphal police stations regarding this.
Atamna na mangonda kapa ibra natraga na karamain tawdana nongmay sibu pairaga kaptana sanaba yabagi niyom si layba jala laybaki irang asuk yamna kalingay gi marak sida adumayna tawbay si yamna laybag thiba thabak ni laikay da bus mayna tawba haibasi ko yam thina kandem tawi nungay jate aduga posak si yamna phajadaba yamna lujadaba ko gi sohor gi zero mine kaisamba junction sidabu adumayna tawbay do Singda loijing loyada bahauda taunadra matam sida kaisam laikai da dumaina tawai se bungo asuki matik nungai jate an sina karigumba siram taragadi karamain tawdoino ba.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on Meitei diaspora in Europe stating sit-in demonstrations at Manifest ground of the United Nations. So keep watching Impact News.
Avail free cardiology OPD consultation on 29 September 2023 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free ECG, lipid profile and random blood sugar and 15% concession on investigation and 10% concession on procedures. For appointment, please contact Caesar Hospital, Selangor.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin. The Meitei diaspora in Europe in support to Kurizam Athoba, Vice President of IPSA and spokesperson for Kokomi, ongoing campaign on Manipur crisis at the United Nations in Geneva held a poignant sit-in demonstrations on September 27 at the Manifest ground of the United Nations, adjacent to the iconic Brocken Chair in Geneva, Switzerland. Numerous Meitei diaspora members hailing from all corners of Europe, the United Kingdom and Ireland took part in the demonstration organized by European Manipuri Association IMA. During the demonstration, prominent speakers took the stage to address critical issues including Manipur violence and the pressing concern of Chin Kuki narco-terrorism. Post-demonstration, a 7-member delegation from the Meitei diaspora in Europe led by Kurizam Athoba visited the United Nations campus where the 54th sessions of the Human Rights Council was in progress. The delegation distributed informative pamphlets and brochures shedding light on the ongoing Manipur violence, Chin Kuki narco-terrorism and the emerging Golden Triangle within the campus. Kurizam Athoba and his team have plans to submit a comprehensive fact report addressing these pressing issues to various forums and the concerned rapporteurs of the United Nations in the coming days.
Raise our voice to the international community that the indigenous people of Manipur, Meitei, is facing a very grave situation from the aggression of the Chin Kuki narco-terrorist groups who have been continuously attacking and killing several indigenous people, displacing houses. There is nothing to do with the religious issue in Manipur. The Meitei Hindu has never targeted Christians in Manipur. Right now, even in the Meitei-dominated areas, the world can still see that there are hundreds of Christian religious sites, the churches, doing their services every week, every day, and their churches are still standing tall in Imphal and several other Meitei-dominated areas. And it was completely lie, a completely false narrative, false propaganda that the Meitei Hindu has targeted the Christians in Manipur.
KH Fazaton and U Jennison from Manipur raised concerns over the prevailing crisis in Manipur, which has persisted for more than 4 months during the 25th meeting of the United Nations Human Rights Council 54th session yesterday. The session, which began on September 11, will conclude on October 18. They expressed concerns over the failure of the relevant authorities in resolving the crisis, which has claimed more than 200 lives and destroyed many properties and displaced people from their homes. KH Fazaton is a member of Burundi Association for Integrations and Sustainable Development, East Africa, and U Jennison is a member of Indigenous People of Africa Coordinating Committee. Maitai community across the nation, including Bengaluru, Chandigarh, Delhi, Agartala, Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata and Indore, held a candlelight vigil seeking justice for the two brutally murdered students, Hemanjit and Linthoy Nganbi. Manipuri Maitai Association, MMAB, Association of Manipur Diaspora, Aman, Pune, Delhi Maitai Coordinating Committee, DMCC, Manipur Maitai Association, Mumbai, Indore, Gangtok, Kolkata, Rajasthan, Agartala held a candlelight vigil and prayed for the departed souls. United Coaching Students, Unicast Delhi, Manipur Students Association Delhi, Masad Delhi and Associations of Manipur Muslim Students, DAMS also held candlelight vigil at Bhagat Singh Park, Vijay Nagar, single story in the national capital last evening. Manipur Students Union Phagwara also held silent candle vigil and prayer meet at Jalandhar, Phagwara last evening. Former Vice President of BJP Manipur Pradesh and former Vice Chairperson of Manipur State Disaster Management Authority, Adim Pamai, highly condemned the abductions and brutal killing of two students. He also condemned the atrocities of security forces on students who were agitating against the killing of two students. Adam Pamai also expressed sadness over the burning down of BJP office in Thoubal district's Khongjom by mob. He expresses concerns that the violence prevailing in the state for almost 5 months now will aggravate if it is not resolved soon. Adim Pamai also highlighted the plights facing by people from all communities in Manipur amid the unrest. He urged the people to understand that outsiders are not going to know the hardships and issues of every community who are residing in the state since ages. Adim Pamai maintained that Nahak Pam Food and Beverage Company along with Pamai Enterprises have been contributing in bringing edible items to Valley in cargo train and along the National Highway 37 amidst the violence. He mentioned that many people were killed, several are left displaced and students have been deprived of education due to the crisis. Adim Pamai sought collective efforts in resolving the issue at the earliest.
पार्टी की ऑफिस मई थाबा अतोप की कांग्रेस की पार्टी की ओरबसु अतोप पार्टी की पॉलिटिकल पार्टी की ओरबसु अखोइना पार्टी की ऑफिस मई थाबा असिना अखोइ निंग पांदम अदु यौरकदौबा फंगदौबा नत्ते अदुगी मरम ओइदना अइ ngasi तंपाक लेरिबा इचिनाव सिंग मेtai कम्युनिटी सिंग यूथ सिंग असिबु खरा वखन फादनिंगाई की दमकता अइना रिक्वेस्ट तौजबनी तंपाक की इचिनाव सिंगदा और नत्रगा सिंग लेरिबा कुकी की इचिनाव सिंगदा पार्टी अमाबु तौरगा मैवाय हनबा असि पामजदबगी मरमना अइ ngasi ngangjabani.
Federation of Haumi, Jalyangrong United Committee Manipur Valley and All Kwakta Youth's Voluntary Organization in separate press releases express sadness over the brutal murder of 2 students and demand central and state government to book all culprits involved at the earliest. While press release from Coordinating Committee of 30 Assembly constituencies demands that state government to step down in view of the prevailing unrest and also condemn use of excessive force by police on student agitators. Centre has decided to repatriate senior IPS officer Rakesh Balwal to Manipur in the wake of fresh violence following the kidnap and murder of 2 students. According to an order issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Rakesh Balwal, currently posted as Senior Superintendent of Police Srinagar, has been prematurely transferred from the Akmut cadre to his home cadre in Manipur. The 2012 batch IPS officer of the Manipur cadre took charge as SSP Srinagar in the late 2021. Before that, Balwal was on deputation to the NIA for 3.5 years as Superintendent of Police, was a member of the probe team that investigated the 2019 Pulwama terror attack in which 40 CRPF personnel lost their lives. He will now serve in Manipur to assist in the violence-stricken state. All Manipur Nupi Marup strongly condemned the state police and central armed forces for using force on student agitators who were demanding justice for 2 students who were killed. In a press release, all Manipur Nupi Marup urged the government to take action against all the high-handed security personnel who are involved in injuring several students. News. India will face Pakistan in final match of the 5th Under-19 Boys SAF Football Championship, being hosted by Nepal under the aegis of South Asian Football Federations at Desarad Rangasala Stadium in Kathmandu. The final match will be played on September 30 at 5:30 p.m. In the second semi-final match of the championship played yesterday, India defeated host Nepal 4-3 in kicks from penalty marks to enter the final match. Nepal, Pakistan and Maldives are placed in Group A, while India is placed in Group B alongside Bangladesh and Bhutan. Naurem BABINA of Manipur won a silver medal for India in Wushu of the ongoing 19th Hangzhou Asian Games, China. She clinched the silver in 60 kg category of Wushu Sanda event. China's Wu Xiaowei bagged the gold medal. BABINA is the daughter of Naurem Damu and Naurem Ongdi Romila from Kwaksifai Mayai Laikai, Bisnupur district. It may be mentioned that Wangkim Sandhyarani from Manipur in 2010 bagged the first silver medal in 56 kg category of Wushu Sanda event of Guangzhou Asian Games hosted by China. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Manipur Human Rights Commission Chairperson Utpalendu Bikas Saha says if Meitei and Kuki people don't meet and talk to each other, peace will never prevail in Manipur. Veteran politician Akram Joy slammed state government for not being able to recover bodies of 2 missing students even after knowing they were brutally killed in one of the locations of Manipur. Ten like-minded political parties of Manipur say time has come for state legislators to strive alongside public to bring peace in Manipur instead of waiting on central leaders in the national capital. Congress MLA Thokchom Lokeshwar questions government over excessive force by security personnel upon young student agitators seeking justice for their fellow deceased students. RPI Athawale National Secretary TH Maheshwar urges Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla to punish all culprits involved in brutal killing of 2 students. Om Birla assures he would urge relevant authorities. As agitations over brutal killing of 2 students intensifies, irate mob burns down gypsy vehicle of Imphal East District Police and snatches away gun from driver. All Manipur Bar Association urges agitators not to damage courts, offices of Deputy Commissioner and other government offices where vital records are kept. Youth of Manipur says MLAs camping in New Delhi informed them that a final meeting of all the legislators, including Chief Minister, will be held on September 30. And JSC demands to hand over brutal murder case of Maizin Kuno residents Irengbam Chingkhay Nganba and Sabosem Ngalaiba to CBI or NIA within this month. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Prime Time Manipur Bulletin. So have a great evening and stay safe.
Unique study circle at the campus of Alpha and Omega School, Porumpot.